Hello, welcome to day 2 of the Transform 911 convening. My name is Rebecca Neusteter, and I'm like the orchestra conductor of this amazing project. You'll see that the real music comes from all of the committed, talented people who have put together the content that we're introducing to you over the next days. For those of you who joined us yesterday, thanks for coming back to see us again today. And for those of us who are new today, thank you for joining us. Transform 911's North Star envisions a 911 system that equitably and reliably increases access to well-being for those who need emergency assistance, the professionals who staff 911, and those deployed to respond. We build on the extraordinary and positive innovations in the field to address the challenges and the inequities that are within our reach and control, recognizing that the change we envision cannot happen without shifts in the systems and communities that 911 serves. For the past 5 months, over 100 committed, talented people from across the country have been working in 6 work groups to identify what it will take to get to that North Star. Each work group is guided by a really amazing set of co-chairs whose brilliance, creativity, and unwavering commitment to the hard work of change is deeply inspiring. Each work group's membership represents diverse perspectives to surface what we know, what's working, and what isn't. To assist in generating recommendations, work groups relied on a literature review and in-depth discussion. Some also interviewed experts outside of their membership. You'll hear about these discussions and the research that informed them today. The research is all available on our website at transform911.org in the Resource Hub. In just a few short months, the work groups have done the incredible job of pulling together a bold set of transformative recommendations. This is where you come in. The recommendations are not final. They need your input. Each session is deeply interactive. What you share with us matters and will inform the continued evolution of our work. At the end of each day, the recommendations will be posted online with further opportunities to provide feedback at transform911.org/recommendations. Thank you for your help and your commitment. Today, you're going to hear updates from 2 of the Transform 911 work groups, the 911 Technology Group and the Emergency Center Communications and Operations Group. I want to thank our project sponsors, Arnold Ventures, Microsoft's Justice Reform Initiative, and the SoSoZai Foundation, along with project partners, all of the amazing work group chairs and the work group members who represent organizations, geographies, and experiences that cover a wide and diverse range of perspectives, as well as our partners from the Full Frame Initiative. And I really want to thank the University of Chicago, the Health Lab, and all of the amazing Transform 911 staff and advisors. Before we jump in, a quick note on our format. Because we have people joining us from many different time zones and in many situations, we're encouraging folks to take breaks when it makes sense for you, rather than our scheduling breaks throughout the day. We have an amazing couple of hours ahead of us, and the time is going to fly by. We invite you to lean in, listen, and hear from a number of fabulous speakers, each of whom has dedicated their time and expertise over the past several months to generating the recommendations that you'll hear today toward transforming 911. Today, we will hear from Meredith Horowski and Michael Cowden, representing and presenting on behalf of the 911 Technology Work Group, and Tyrell Morris, Chad Kasmar, and Edwin Hellstrunk, representing and presenting on behalf of the Emergency Communications Center Operations Work Group. We will also hear directly from 911 professionals who take the calls and help us access well-being and care nationally, regarding the deep challenges and the opportunities that exist in this space for them as professionals, the other first-line responders, and for those of us who may be in need of emergency crisis response and who use 911 and alternative hotlines to access this care. We will hear from one of these professionals now.
My name is Ivan de la Torre. I work for the Public Safety Communications Department located in Tucson, Arizona. I've been working with 911 for the past 3.5 years now. Our current state in our telecommunicator field right now is something that's been stable for us. Obviously, it's not the numbers we'd like to see, but they've maintained and have been stable. They've continued to grow, and that's something that I'd like to continue to see growing within our department. What I find most rewarding about my work is knowing that I was able to provide a critical service to someone who is in high danger or high stress, and I was able to get them out of that situation. The changes that I'd like to see in our department are going to be our staffing numbers. It's something that continues to grow and have improved from previous years. The way I can better be supported in my career as an I-1 professional, I believe, is with standardizing some training, maybe having some one-on-one trainings, as in meetings, online trainings, seminars. I believe that without training and further continuing education is where we would like to see some improvements on. Obviously, I believe that 911 are truly first responders. And with standardizing some training, obviously we're able to better provide the community with better resources and services. I believe that because of that training, we're able to work a little bit better with law enforcement and fire departments and making sure that we can standardize policies and procedures and able to help our community a little bit better.
Many thanks to Ivan for sharing his story with us. Before turning to the work groups, I'd like to ask each of the co-chairs to help get the conversation started today by sharing a few words with us. You are all very busy people. You're each passionate about the work that you do and about the work of this project. Can you please give us a soundbite about what's behind that passion for you? Meredith, we'll start with you.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you all for being here. So I believe strongly in the power that comes from people joining together behind a shared vision for a better world. People from a variety of backgrounds and experiences who believe in that same end goal and together create a force that ultimately can't be stopped. And I believe that's what we have here. People from many different backgrounds and professions and disciplines and experiences who all believe that in this country, we can support one another in times of crisis with the kind of support that people actually need. So with efforts like this, I'm reminded of my favorite Margaret Mead quote, "Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has." So that's why I'm passionate about this work. And I believe that all of us coming together to figure it out together is in fact the only thing that's going to get us to that North Star.
Thank you, Meredith. Appreciate you centering that and sharing that quote. What a wonderful way to start the day. Michael.
Thank you, Rebecca. What I've found working in the civic tech space is that often technology acts as a barrier between government and the people it's intended to serve. And I'm just happy that there's this small part that I can play in making people's experience with emergency services better and more dignified. And that's why I'm so excited about the Transform 911 project.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate you being here. Tyrell, we'd love to hear from you.
Hey, good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, everybody, and greetings from New Orleans. So the 911 professionals in our nation today, they are the conductors of the public safety symphony. When people visiting our country or residents, as we move about our daily lives, crises are going to happen, and they rely on our team to kind of hold it all together. It's really important that we hunt for innovation, that we lead with best practices. And from my position, I'm passionate because I know that my position running one of the largest centers in the nation, I have a responsibility to this type of work to bring the rest of the nation along with us. So we all grow and elevate our level of service together. And this is a phenomenal opportunity for me professionally, personally, and I find this work to be incredibly rewarding. And I'm excited, quite honestly, about our future as an industry.
Thank you so much, Tyrell. We're so honored to have you be here with us as you're managing, as you mentioned, one of the largest centers in the nation, and on the heels of Fat Tuesday and Ash Wednesday. Thank you for being here. Chad.
Good morning, everyone. It's my absolute honor to be here. Why am I passionate about this conversation in this space? Not only as my time as an interim director all of last year for the Public Safety Communications Department in Tucson, but now as the Chief of Police. It's my absolute honor to continue to enlighten and create space for the conversations around the significance of the work that is done at emergency communication centers across the country. Good results and safe communities, that work starts in emergency communication centers. So it's my absolute honor to be here today and to participate in this conversation. And I look forward to to talking with everyone later.
Thank you so much, Chief Kasmar, for being here. And as many of us know, Chief Kasmar has just recently been appointed the Chief of Police after serving as the interim director of the Public Safety Communications Division in Tucson. And he shares a really important perspective for us across this continuum. Thank you, Chad. Edwin.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Edwin. The reason why I'm passionate in this is being a paramedic for 27 years and being on the front and using the service and being really productive of needing those 911 professionals to help save us out in the field. We're making them better, making their jobs easier through research, making their jobs more linear between being able to move from site to site, as we did with the production of getting paramedics to be able to be a paramedic in Chicago, be a paramedic in LA, and have the same education. So having this for the 911 professionals is also a very big goal of mine.
Thank you so much, Edwin, for being here and in your second career as serving as an emergency department nurse, taking your day off to be with us and in the midst of serving patients in a very, very busy emergency department in Illinois. We're very thankful for you being here and sharing your expertise. Thanks to all of you. We are so delighted and honored, and it's our pleasure to have the opportunity to hear from you all today. And thank you to the many people who are joining us from across the country to hear today's conversation. We thank you for sharing your passion and your time with us. And we look forward to today's conversation and the work to come. With that, we will hear from Tyrell and Chad and Edwin shortly, and I will turn it to Meredith and Mike now. Thank you so much.